Hi Libra, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Libra, I will just start to shuffle as I talk. Not really much to say other than it's a reading for you guys where I ask the universe what Libra needs to hear most right now. And then the answer for that comes through. And it's for the upcoming 2 weeks, starting today when I'm recording it. It's the 21st of November. And I just want to say that tomorrow, on the 22nd of November, we're moving out from Scorpio and into Sagittarius. And I just feel like that's going to be such a relief for many. I also don't want to put too much power into these shifts, and you know, when it's full moon, we go from Scorpio to Sagittarius, we do this, we do that. It says a lot about like how we could get trapped in the outside rather than you know, deciding for ourselves how we want to feel, if that makes sense. But of course, if the planets like all work against us in a certain point in time, it's like comparing it to having really grumpy people next to you or being really grumpy yourself. It's tougher to stay on the positive side and tougher to keep alignment and be really, you know, feeling excited and all of that. And so when the planets go direct, when the energy is on our side, we go out from Scorpio that is quite heavy and has sort of had us dig deep and go deep and really feeling it, and going into Sagittarius, which is like way lighter and it brings us clarity. It's almost like whatever was deep and heavy and you had to look into it, we can now sort of put to fruition, we can put to rest, we can put to bed. Like, we don't have to deal with it anymore, in the sense that it's just tough to go through it. And to be honest, I've had some shitty days. Sorry for the language, but I feel better today, and I felt better already yesterday. But like the end of last week and starting this week, it was just that was tough. And I can't blame it on Scorpio season, but it's really easy to do that, and it's quite fun to do that because then I didn't have to take too much responsibility myself. But it's a good thing that things get up to the surface and go away for good. And I also want to say, like, because I do love numbers, and on Friday it's 2211, which 22 is a master number and 11 is a master number, and those two combined, it said that 11 stands for like the visualization, the dreams, the fantasies, the like thinking about what you want. And then 22 is like manifesting that, materializing it, making that come true. So it is a 22-11 day every day, in the sense that you can create whatever you want on a regular hour by hour basis. But it's also more fun like when a lot of people's attention and intention has gone into the same day. It heightens the energy and you can really benefit from that. So tomorrow, on the 22nd of 11th, all around the world, the energy is going to be like peak mode. It's like whatever you wished for such a long time really can come into fruition tomorrow. Of course today too, of course the day after as well. So don't get too hung up on the date, but have fun with it. It's a fun thing that is happening. Numerology-wise, planet-wise, sign-wise, it's just all speaking for now it's churning. So that's good news. Specifically for Libra, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to show you first the cards that I'm using. I'm having 3 cards at the time. That gives me a bit of a story straight out instead of one card. So the first card out for your overall energy for the upcoming 2 weeks is creative wonderment. So it couldn't be better if you tried. And then we have the dreams card, which I sort of just talked about. And then we have the money card. So somebody is doing huge manifestations here. Give me a moment. I mean, I'm already, it's like, yeah, just the thing that I just started talking about, it feels very true for you guys specifically, not just as a general thing for the collective, but rather than all, like, just for you. I am drawn to talk a slight bit about relationships, but also, like, yeah, it's good stuff here. So let's do one thing at a time here. So Libra, take a look at yourself. That's you walking up the stairs and you're dressed all in roses, and the roses stands for like the highest vibration among all the flowers. The rose holds the high, like if you were to put it under some sort of microscope, you would find that the vibration of the flower really is the highest out of all the flowers that exist. So I've heard, I haven't really reached and researched into it, but have used that, like, so when this shows up, it just tells me that you're in a really good position. I feel like that you've been in a long time. You really like are finally coming back, walking up the stairs, like walking to the next step finally. And there in the wings, there's a peacock, and the peacock to me stands for, it doesn't really want to focus, stands for a soulmate connection. So this, I don't remember now what I said in the Libra love reading, but for some reason, Source wants to continue to talk to you guys about the relationship that's coming in. But I also see like a lot of, this is very, very specific. So it might just be for like 1 or 2 Libras out there. I see like somebody is going into sewing, like taking up sewing, like really being maybe like a designer, maybe be like having your own collection, that sort of thing. Like you're really going into, I mean, it's called creative wonderment. Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't pick up any sewing gear anytime soon. It's just not in my DNA. Yeah, the reason I say that is because I see in the back, the lady standing in the back there, she's having this beautiful gown on. And it is a very, like, if you look closer, there's also like the Oscar, like for the Oscars. I don't know if that, right there, that's the little guy, and it's like a film. Anyway, it's glitz and glam, and it's all about like getting dressed up and walking up those stairs, and it's like, and there's a person standing in the gown back there, and sort of, it's like they're taking photos. And usually I'm not so drawn into this particular thing in the card. It can say so much else, like so much different things than just that, actually. Yeah, I'm going to put too much time into it because I feel like this is not for the general population of the Libras. It's more for maybe one person. It's giving you the signal to really go for it. If you're having like hesitation, if you're having second thoughts about doing this, don't, because it's like, don't have the second thoughts. I mean, don't do it. Do it, definitely do it. And it's like you're getting your vibe back. You're feeling your, like getting your groove on. And take that, however that applies for the rest of the Libras. Like if you're feeling really creative again with stuff, like with things like creating, starting to write a book, getting some sort of selling a line of products, like going into business, like your own business, whatever you had like a bigger idea about. It can be like I'm doing, starting your YouTube channel. It can be just whatever. It would take whatever applies. And it's like, it's not like you need really that push, or you need to like, I don't feel like it's so much that you're sitting around deciding whether to do it or not. It's rather that you got your energy back. You got to feel your, just having a bit more inspiration coming back, seeping through your veins again, it feels like. And that immediately, instantly, it just makes you feel like you know what you want to do. And I feel like it's a long, like you've missed this feeling, and it's coming back. And if it's not, like if you haven't felt it yet, just give it a few days. This is for the upcoming 2 weeks. So just give it a few days. If you see the woman there, she's climbing those stairs, and it's very like on the bottom of those stairs, it's quite, excuse me, it's quite cold. It's quite like a different blue color. And then we walk into the warmth and into the gold. So it's gonna take a few steps, a couple of more, like focus on moving forward, and you will walk into the warmth of all of this. And then, like I said, there's a peacock in the wings there. So there's a relationship coming in. I feel like you haven't met this person yet. Doesn't necessarily mean that you don't know who they are. I just mean it feels like you haven't come together yet. So that really, Libra, could be for the upcoming 2 weeks, that this initial connection is being made. If it's not, it's you who are preparing, because I feel so strongly that the connection is now being made. And if it's not made physically, because the next card that comes out, it talks about two things again. It talks about how you are like, this is your dream state and having dreams, but it's also my card for having dreams, having fantasies, having like visualize what you want for your what you want, like for your future, for your life. So that is a continuation from this card, like saying you're getting your inspiration back, you're moving forward with your business, with your creative things that you're doing, or at least ideas. That is like very initial, it feels. And so keep dreaming about it, keep thinking about it, keep planning for it, because it truly will happen. It's not a dream fantasy land, you know, come back down to earth and get real. Like, you're never gonna have your own collection. Are you kidding me? Like, put all that aside, and if you truly can, just please focus. And if you truly want, you just have to not see me. If you truly want this, it's yours to have. It really is. But then also, this card usually, it's funny because this card usually comes out, which it does today as well. It comes out around my soulmate connection, that it shows that it's in you can feel them in essence. You can feel the essence of their energy. You can feel the invitation, if that makes sense. Like, there's a pull, you have the feeling that, you know, you're not going to be alone for that much longer. Maybe you have, like, I don't know how they're going to show up. I have no idea what to expect here, what to, like, how that even is going to, where that in the world that's going to happen, because I'm speaking for you now, because I never go out. I don't go to bars. I don't go to any events like that, or like hang out every weekend at a posh, I don't know. So it's like you have this, and I don't know, I don't like to go on the internet. So I do pick up on a lot of people that really is a bit of a nesting a group, like you're just basically a lot at home. And nothing wrong with that. It's just that makes you wonder how in the world you're going to meet somebody. Don't read into that. Let the universe organize it. One day you'll take a different route. One day you'll be in the grocery store, and you just bump into somebody that, like, don't put yourself in a position where they can't reach you because you wonder how they're going to reach you, if that makes sense. That puts up a resistance in itself. So just know for a fact that they have come in. There's a couple laying here in the back sleeping. You probably don't see that, but it's a man sleeping on his back, and there's a woman laying on the side sleeping as well. And both of them, it's funny, I just realized the first part has come into gold, like that has become warm, and we have a bit left to go on the bottom. And here we have a few steps to go. A few steps is like still cold before you walk into the warmth. So for both, it's like it's both for, it's like everything is going to come at once. It's like first it was nothing and nothing and nothing, and then something, like, and the something is, I feel like that could be both the relationship and both you get something going at the same time, you get your business up and running at the same time, you have this massive idea and start to do something at the same time. It might even be that the person that you're supposed to meet come in with something that kicks your creative side, like you just needed that initial connection with somebody that sparked you, and that got things rolling, if that makes sense. So it's really beautiful how both of them are like they're really working together here. But I do want to say, if you don't think that you met somebody, I feel like you've met them initially in your vibration, in your energy. They're right there in your energy, and you picked up the essence of them. So that's why sometimes people say, "Oh my God, you feel so at home. It feels like I've met you before." And yes, they can be that you've had so many soul lives, like you come from the same, like at least from the same block, like the same soul family. But it is like, it's like deja vu. People talk a lot about, when they talk about deja vu, it's literally because you have experienced it just before, but on an energy level. You picked up the non-physical reality of the physical reality that was soon to be created or manifested or to show up in your life. And it feels like, where did I see you? Where did I meet you? And it's like, well, just a minute ago in virtual reality. That's what happens. And then bam, guys, you're really gonna manifest all at once. It feels like nothing, like I said, nothing, and then all at once. It's like you've been a bit closed off. You've been a bit in limbo. It almost feels a bit like, I'm almost curious now to what came up for you in the love reading. If it's the same, if I'm reconnecting with the same people, or if it's like, and if you really have moved forward that fast to open up like this. Anyway, or if it's just different Libras this time. I don't know. I should never interfere with that. This card though, it's called the money card, and on the bottom it says find a way to abundance. And I feel like finding that way is already taken care of. You've already done your homework. You really have put in the energy towards yourself, or at least you're starting to. And that might be like you're like, really haven't. If you felt really down and out, that is putting in energy. If you felt like you really have started to like truly wish for what you want, even maybe reached out to your guides, to the non-physical realm, like to your angels, to God, to the universe, however you call it. It feels like you really have put yourself in a place where you can get things moving. I'm sorry for the flickering of the video. I learned just days ago from my son that it's a certain type of light in the room that messes with how that picks up in the camera. I'm really sorry about that. This is the light I have at the moment, because I blamed the camera and what is going on now? And yeah, sorry. So I feel like you don't have to find abundance. I feel like you've already found it energy-wise. And a minute from now, you're about to let in everything and anything that you've been reaching for. Like, look at how busy this card is, and it's called money. So for some people, when the money card comes out, for some people, there really can be a whole bunch of money coming your way. The money card also speaks about energy, like how you will get, you'll just feel energized again, feeling like vital. I think that's why the creative wonderment comes out again, because you're getting your groove back, you're getting your groove on, you're feeling inspired again, you're gonna feel like you have more energy to do stuff, because it feels like, that's why I said, it feels like you've been feeling like you've been in limbo, and maybe even wanting to do things, but on an energy level, it's like, yeah, but no, I don't think so. And with the money card, it's telling that you will get your energy back. Maybe money, strictly just a whole bunch of money. And it doesn't have to be either or. It's probably both, because once you have all that energy back, that means you open up and the floodgates can come in. But it's also so busy. Like, it's so, you're doing everything. Like, everything is being offered to you. Everything is coming your way. Everything that you, if you've been thinking about getting a pet, like getting a dog, getting a cat, that's going to come in. If you thought about that final like transformation for your personal growth, that's happening right now. If you wanted money, money's coming in. If you wanted to have your relationship of a dream vision, here you guys are coming together. It's just a beautiful, like, oh my God, what's going to start to happen for you. And this energy is for the upcoming 2 weeks. So if you don't see any results, like any physical results in these upcoming 2 weeks, just know for a fact that you put down the work, you put down the energy. So if you just keep doing what you've been doing for the past couple of time, it is coming. This is showing as a result of what you've been living. This is what's coming. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't lose hope or lose sight or faith. If it doesn't show up on the day when you thought, just keep going. Because if it wasn't that day, it's the day after. And if it wasn't that day after, it was the day after. So just keep an open mind and just keep going. Okay, guys? This is a beautiful reading for you. It's like you're awakening again. You're coming back to life and feel really starting to feel balanced again. It's beautiful energy. I'm happy for you. Having that said, I'm wishing you maybe even manifesting stuff tomorrow on the 22nd of 11th. But other than that, I'm wishing you a beautiful 2 weeks, and then I hope to see you back in a week for your love reading. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do so. It really would help me. Thank you guys a lot. Bye.